Hi everyone and welcome to the sixth video of the no-shards challenge. In this video we are gonna show a little bit more progress on what I have achieved. Start here with the arena and we got to bronze 3, so this is also one challenge done for the arena challenges. Then I continue a little bit with getting a couple of more stars in some levels where before I was not high enough to get basically the 3 stars. Getting a couple of more goodies and continuing. Here I get Saros, a new uncommon champion for me. And here I show directly the index, how I get it. Then continuing a little bit farming, I get Stalker, also a new champion. And then here in the index, I get also the apprentice done. Getting the second star, a couple of more stages done. Here I started to get a couple of problems with Force Affinity champions. I try once again just to make sure that it's not only RNG related, but no, it continues to have problems. So at this point I decided this time to bring my Kyle to 5-star. Here a couple of more levels to random champions, food champions. I'm using here all the brews essentially to get this done. It's not the most efficient way to use brews, especially because at the end of the levels you end up basically wasting a little bit of this XP for all the champions. But in the end, as I'm probably not gonna use a lot of brews in this account and I just wanted to do something quick, I think that was the right choice. Finally here I can get my Kyle to 5-star, and also right after immediately ascended it. That brings me also a couple of more books thanks to the apprentice pass. Yeah, then I can use basically the books. In this way my Kyle is almost completely maxed out. Then it's time to continue with the stages, try to get a couple of more stars. Here I get the second star, for example. Check if there are others that requires more star. Here I get another one. Then with the gear hunters I can get the 3-star chicken. Continuing the farming. Another boss, dragon that heals up. So poison is quite effective because all the continuous heal are countered by the poison. Another book here, so that I can put it in my Kyle as well. Then here I just continued with the campaign, couple of more levels. Collection is done. Basically stage 2 as well is done. And it continues. At this point with my Kyle, 5-star is quite easy. So stage 3, stage 4, as well as the stage 5 is done without too many problems. And finally getting it to level 25. That gives me a little bit of silver, not much honestly. Another boss. You see immediately how they get stronger and stronger. I mean, even 5-star starts to have some problems at this point, but in this case it was just with a little bit of RNG luck that it's easier. And then I continue with the final stages of the normal campaign. Not encountering too many problems here. Continues with all the stages quite easily. Also stage 4 is done. 5. On the meantime continuing to level up my champion. Just grabbing a couple of XPs. And now finally the final boss. Bit of RNG and luck. At this point I believe no one has ever tried to to run till the normal campaign without pulling any shards, so that's quite an achievement. And then getting a couple of shards, not that I need any of them, and finally my very first badge. That's quite nice. Another book. I can get a couple of new champions with the lurker here. Then I get Thrall, same story. I really wonder how many of these champions I will use eventually for all the faction works and stuff like this. Still keeping that champion for later. And now finally I can put all my skills to max. Getting another cooldown on disintegrate, that's quite nice. So my Kyle looks quite good. And that is all for today's video. Have a good one.